Hi, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to talk about operator overloading. So, operator overloading allows us to redefine how operator likes addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division work for custom objects. In simple words, it allows objects of a class to use operator just like the built-in data type, numbers, strings, for example. So for example, here 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? Operator overloading allows me to have two objects, for example, object 1 and object 2, to add these two. So object 3 equals object 1 plus object 2. So the operator overloading is this concept. So we can use these operators for objects, okay? So in order to illustrate it with an example, here is my class called money. It has a constructor, and whenever we create an object of the money class, that argument for this constructor is assigned to the attribute of this constructor, self.amount. Okay, so it is initializing our attributes, in fact. Then we are having two overloaded functions here. So the first one is overloaded add and the second one is overloaded str. Okay. So using this overloaded add, we can add two objects, and using this overloaded str, we convert the object to a string for printing. Let me illustrate it with this example. Here I create the first object called wallet1, and it is from the money class, and we are having this number. Okay, so the amount is 50, and amount is assigned to our attribute here. Okay, so we are initializing our attribute for the first object. Then we do the same for the second object. However, the amount is 30. So the first one was 50 and the second one is 30. Now we would like to create the third object, which is the wallet1 plus wallet2. So thanks to operator overloading, we can do that. Otherwise, it's not possible to do that. So when we are having wallet1 plus wallet2, automatically the compiler is going to use the overloaded add, then have this self.amount plus other.amount. Okay, so the self and other. So two operators, two values for two different objects are being added to each other, and it is going to return that for us and assign to wallet3. So for example, if I remove this part and I compile, we see that there is an error. Okay, there is an error here. So we cannot do that. It says unsupported type for plus money and money. Okay, so it's not possible to do that because we cannot add two objects to each other unless we are having the operator overloading. So this will help us to add the value of these two objects and assign it to wallet3 objects. Okay, so this is how the operator overloading works with the add, for example, overloaded add. Then in order to convert the output of this wallet3, we need this overloaded str. So when I run the code now, the overloaded add is there. When I run the code, we see that 80 is shown in the output. Okay, so this 80 is shown in the output, and the dollar sign comes from here that we are having it here. So dollar sign and then self.amount is being printed for the value of wallet3. But if I also remove this part and recompile, we are printing the memory address of this object wallet3. You see? So it is the memory address that it is stored, but we need to convert this object to a string so we can see what is the value that this object is holding. So when I have the overloaded str, it's going to help me to see actually its value. And basically this overloaded str is returning simply the dollar value, the dollar sign, sorry, because we are talking about dollars here. And then we are simply typing down self.amount, so the attribute that is assigned to wallet 3, which is the wallet 1 plus wallet 2 from the overloaded add, is going to be shown in the terminal. So this is how actually we can use operator overloading to add the two objects to each other to assign to the third object, for example. And there are different operator overloading. There are subtraction, multiplication, division, equal, larger than, lower than, etc. We try to cover some of them in the following videos for your practice. Thank you for watching.